campaign so na sanse mo mo kan ye no e na amanfo ho no so de nkrataba bonten na amanfo ho no mefe development association e na wo de press statement aba bonten a de ansa hyase owura kojo maulenu Fabian na onu na dwomtenani e de ma mefe development association na wanu yom de aba ne kyerese osoafo ne nsem wo ka no nokure nie omudi hu yawo na yade a nokure bia wo de a wo ka na wo mbisa questions ba ko bi no miensa bi en obehia so hwe kwan se soafo no ebeyi ano esan so mo kan se yenyi omu firi bi omo wo no nkoba bi foforo hwan de kan ye abrebe na omo kan ye omo ye simulation exercise omo boda wuro brebe na omo sha so boda wuro no ekuekuo be na omo do omo kan so omo boda wuro no timamufo na mo ho no so ye to nsa frɛ wo mo omo to nsa from abrebe omo kan se pempen so be ne beduru sane ma ni nyina ye niema ekuo no ebisa ho asem ene anope no bisa say anya bi amafo o mefe na akran kasa no sa simulation exercise a osofo no kan so mo ye no aso wo de wo kan ho bi ana na fe so ebra wo mo ye sa niema no community no ho no community engagement no wo mo ye ne sen we ni nsema hodo bi na wo ho anadwi a ye behwe na edi ho komo ena anadwi dela edem the awuve edem and this communication team member abeka inside ofia sanso na kosobo so genius so abeka inside ofia ho a ye no mienu na ebedi enkomo ye no mienu na ebedi nkomo afa sa asemuye enho na ye hwe kwan se ye sabetumi aka yakwa amano so na ye ne owura kojo maulenu Fabian ono dwomtenadi edema mefe development association eni nkomo kakra we de ye twi station anso minister brofo na obeka. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my big boss. How are you?
I'm very fine, by God's grace. Hope you are doing same.
By the special grace. Good evening to all your wonderful viewers across the globe. We thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thanks for having you too. It's a Twi-speaking station, so I think we can mix the Twi with the English. If ever to, no problem. We can mix them together, if you wouldn't mind.
I will mix maybe the ever with the English. The Twi, I'll create problem for the Twi-speaking community.
Oh, okay. Were you informed about this pillage, as being said by the Minister of Sanitation, that they started informing you, educating you, simulation exercise started from the beginning of the year? Were you informed?
No.
Really?
No.
Ya so kran kire mo say ye bebia ko so mo da mo nti no mo ntwe mo mfio from the beginning of the year.
Debbie.
Mamina sama wo kan say wo hia wo mo chance from 2023 say NADMO VRA Water Resource Commission sa ekuo yi nyina ene mo bai ebedicate mu amwo potem wo ne titru mu amwo mefe ekura mo kan say enso no omo bebie enti mu free honko mo kura de mepe for kura de omo ka say omba evacuate mu na so mo se mo nkokora.
The answer is no. Look, the minister even went to the extent of talking about January. She said since January.
Yes.
Okay. Let's even start from January. If simulation took place in May, why would they be informing the people of Mefe to be moving in January? So, was there any simulation somewhere in December 2022? Let's even be answering that question. It's not for me to answer. Let the minister be telling all the press houses and the international press, because we have BBC, Al Jazeera, and the rest in the Mefe traditional area. It is not true. Look, if VRA and all the institutions the minister mentioned were within Mefe and the North Tongu and other Tongu traditional area, all we are saying is that they have not involved us. We ask simple questions. When were they available? Who have they written to? Who were involved? At what time were all these engaged? Look, Mefe Development Association has been in establishment since in the 50s, established by the Mefe Traditional Council. We actually lead in the development, social, and the welfare of the people. Our chiefs only take care of traditional customs. There is nothing that happens in MEPE that the National MEPE Development Association is not involved. When did this take place? Let's even assume without admitting, or the fact that Mr. is saying is true. Where have they informed the people of MEPE to go to? Where? She should mention the places. Now, the places she mentioned, what preparation have they even done there, assuming she has mentioned any place? I have taken people to their place even today. I'll be sharing some videos with some of you probably tomorrow after tomorrow. The camp net that they have, the military shift mix camp they have mentioned, you cannot even find student mattresses. I took pictures there with engineers, architects, and planners of Ghana. They came from their head office. They were with me live, we were there. So we do not know where minister is getting all this information from. If VRA has passed through the community, we don't have a problem. But they have not involved us, they have not engaged us. They should show you people where, when, and give you copies of those letters who attended those programs. Because there are documentary evidence of people they have invited to those programs. We are speaking on authorities that were never involved nor invited, were not party to it.
Mr. Maulenu, according to the minister, if I may quote her, she said, the Water River Authority, National Disaster Management Organization, and Water Resource Commission, since the beginning of 2023, had been educating people in the communities likely to be flooded in such situations. They did simulation exercises with them, even at Mefe, yet they refused to leave. They didn't want to be evacuated, she added. Can you just say nothing of that sort happened? The minister just came out just to, excuse me to use this word, lie to the public?
You see, it's one thing VRA having a freedom to come to any community downstream of the dam to do whatever they want to do. It is another involving and engaging the community. I am speaking as the chairman of MEPE Development Association. Let the minister and the team produce at what pace have they involved MEPE Development Association. Those who were involved in the simulation, they should have the records. During the simulation, they should have the records. After simulation, what plans do they have for evacuation? Where have they prepared to take the people to? Look at our statement. Who and who at in NADMO were trying to evacuate who? Which people? They should have videos even to show you people. Evacuating them to where? In canoe or at their backs or by air or what? There was no such exercise. Look, we are not saying that if VRA happens to come to the area and do simulation, fine. I live in Accra 24, but from on the 6th of October up till now, I have been in MEPE. I don't reside in MEPE 24/7. I reside in Accra. I live in Accra, I work in Accra. But because of the disaster, I've been here. So I do not know who and who they involve in this simulation. Look, I can tell you on authority that nobody resisted, assuming even NADMO was trying to help people to evacuate them. NADMO to show even a single person they try even to evacuate. Look, UTV, you are a very credible media house. Your people should come to the ground and check even for yourself, even tomorrow. Which place have they prepared? Let me give you just one or two statistics, which is contained in our statement.
Okay.
But for the listeners.
Okay.
Let's take St. Kizito. They say they have cited St. Kizito as safe heaven. First of all, heaven is heaven. You don't need to describe heaven whether it's safe. Heaven is always what? Safe. If you go to the safe so-called heaven, there is even no bed. It was last Saturday that VRA brought 6 mobile toilets. How safe can be a heaven when even people cannot have a private place of convenience? Last Saturday, ask the so-called simulation team, ask the minister, if they did simulation and were prepared to evacuate people to a particular location, there was not even a toilet, let alone where the people should even sleep. There is nothing. Absolutely nothing. They were deceiving you. Now, let's take it that they didn't provide these toilets since Saturday. 1,320 people live in St. Kizito Secondary Technical alone. It means that you need 220 people to queue for one unit of a mobile toilet. Look, my boss, can you imagine 220 people queuing for one mobile toilet? It means that from morning till evening, people may not even have to solve their problem if they have running stomach or whatever. Go there and check right now. Send your team people. Send your team, your reporters right now. They will tell you. How can that be even safe? Assuming what even the minister is true without admitting. Now, in other safe havens that they have mentioned, they should check today. There's even not a single mobile toilet. No single mobile toilet in those other 6, they mentioned 7. I'm only using NADMO's own data. We are not even releasing our own data here. We'll soon release our data. How can a minister who is insulting our intelligence that we have refused and decided to drown ourselves? That's what the minister is telling us. That we people from Volta, particularly the people from Mepe traditional area, we want to drown ourselves, we want to kill ourselves. That we have no value for our life. So we decided to stay there. We don't need her to tell us because we are fishermen. We even watch the rise and low of the river as fishermen. If it hadn't been the fact that we are even fisher folks, the speed at which they release this water on us, you would have recorded thousands and thousands and thousands of deaths. Not even people's property were saved from their rooms. Not even kitchen stools. Because if you try to do that, you will die. Ask the school authorities whether they were even able to save even textbooks from the headmasters, the teachers, and they ran. On the day of the high speed of the spirit, that was the day we were calling for the district education director to close the school. I asked the Minister of Education today, respectfully. In fact, let's give gratitude to the Minister of Education, Dr. Edu Chum. If I mention the name correctly, that's fine. If not, please correct me. We appreciate his presence. He came with all his entourage. Every single department agents of Ministry of Education, they were present. We trust that they were able to do a very good way. But I ask them a simple question. That minister, in your ministry, we were told by one of your ministers that they did simulation, prepared us to move, etc. In your ministry, were you informed? Assuming you were informed, how did you prepare our district through the district director of education to pre-inform the schools and sensitize them where they should be, because their textbooks and everything has been lost and submerged? It was that same day we were calling them through the district chief executive for closure. How can we be living in an environment like this when a sector minister? Now, she is a sector minister for environment, so let's come to environmental issues. I mentioned that not even a common toilet has been part of the exercise. That's the Minister of Environment. Now, come around and see whether there's not single litter bin. The litter bin, even when people finish drinking their pure water, they sweep around, etc. There is nothing to drop the rubbish. There's absolutely nothing. Thank God, Zoomland happened to be around yesterday. As to whether they delivered some litter bins, I do not know by close of today because I was quite busy around. Probably I'll check tomorrow. Not even a single one. Minister of Environment, come around our water bodies. They are smelling odor, acidic. Minister of Environment. That's what she's telling us.
Okay.
Where is her preparedness? Assuming we are even wrong with that meeting. Has she been on the ground? Which of her staff, department, and agencies has been on the ground? We are on the ground, been here since 6 October up till now. Let them speak to me. I'll take them around. Every single thing we put on our press release are the truth. Whatever she put out, completely, maybe she's talking about another traditional area, not Mefe.
Okay. Mr. Kojoma, Fabian, I think we let's end the conversations here. We will continue tomorrow morning, God willing, for us to deliberate more into this.
Thank you so much for the help.
Thanks for having you too. yene owura kojo maule no Fabian on edwam tenani edema mafe development association di nkomo na yatie ni nyina soafo na asem okan no mefefo no soafo no kan say mefe titru omoko ho mo simulation exercise bebre nadmofo na VRFo and water resource commission for aye simulation exercise bebre munko omo anko ama kan say omo evacuate wom na say omo yi wom kura fi ho e do won baby foforo bepefo no say wom nko aye sa na tiampa mama hye sem fanfiri so kwasi una wa ban mu dia bai aye disaster aye nebresem aye atore ncham emi so my Ghana betuma ka say ensam tutu ye na so we ne modu kakra e chen bi abebese nko mami Frida Prempa asem okan ene paninso asem okan no mami ti wadwen kire sima be yenum ewum
Jacob na me dase enwumre dia mami fa akonya so nchia na menchia me bra pani delaidem na menchia ahwefo ahwe nia menchia me party mpanifo na menchia Ghana fonia na menchia menuanom a se spillage ya affect yomo Jacob na de dikan dia meka ne se baby a yedru o spillage mu yi enya fe na ye be ye blame game ena we aye see ena we aka see ena we anka ne yi ena we see ye ni see ena ya anya ni see I think say we have gone past sa enyoma we nia
say anu na minister ne ye
say ni the most important
minister asem kan ti minister na asem kan ye o kan o baby say she blame the people
that is ena make us obi abetima can opinion but me opinion is say baby you do say no it is not about say you be blame you be say we are nye the year and I say was anka we corner we anko and I say we be ambe kanche say yanko the crisis has happened yen share crisis no as a crisis of national crisis and yeah idea to only the people of Water region and I say the people of part of Greater Accra and I say part of Eastern region asem na ato sebe mepefo no e Ghana fo nia na ato yen meme wo siblings mo nuanom a omote mepe omote Water region mo adamfofo a omote Water region mo nuanom ne colleagues omote Water region nti asem na ato omo na to me so it is not about NPP or about NDC or about who said this and I say we anka we nti no I think say yen ya yem brought together as Ghana for na yen find a way a ye betimi dia boa ye nuanom a spillage ya affect you ye betimi yi omo afrim sebi o enye bibia na ye betima ye no MPP NDC enye bibia na ye betima ye no minister anase full soldier nyoma ni bi wo no ma ba ye nia ye wose ye nia ye hu se ye Ghana nia na ato ye sebi o nsuo ne ba no emuza se why na ye MPP ni anase fie we ye MPP fofi anase fie we ye NDC fofi ana fie we ye independent candidate fie e farmer for dodo na fie ambokoko so let us come together. The most important thing is let's make sure say in Krofona are affected by this spillage our potable drinking water. Let's make sure say in Krofona are affected by this spillage let's think about the education. Let's think about how they can recover this now on school no. Now you use the opportunity to call on corporate Ghana and other stakeholders. Ya boa ye nuanoma spillage affect you. Already I'm aware say government at the end of cabinet retreat in a course so over last week na e be we Sunday no government amaya set aside 20 relief centers senior papa na okasa and rightly said say if it is Saturday no beds na mobile toilet na sa ade ne
pe na wo
I am aware say a bibeko in the coming days.
But what can say you no? One say BBC a penny a oda asrebia no. Yan fa ne say na say Professor Day allegation ye. Sector minister na hunu say I didn't say. Enti wadane asam no ade amade appropriate authorities say wo mo hwehwe mu. Bibi ba sector minister na nsam obeka. Abana na ma obetuo appointees in some obeka no etumi boa enti say sector minister to me ka say enkrofo ne ye bo mo kokwa mo so mo nko ye ka say ekofo mo afiri okra so wo mo twi mo ni so mo nko eni so afa mo na ti so do scan no na government will not have to spend billions of monies on relief items and education It is a sector minister to me eka we wo bra onim sa torenchem na asie na se sanka wanka anka mepe development association fu enka mo nkasa yo na se mo maka ni nti e na mo so mpeso mo yi nsama hodo bia no anka nsem bi wo ho a anka bi o mo nka sector minister na se mo kaka no e na di we nyina ba
Jacob na Matewa say I think say na me di kan no me nim briefing a sector minister na wo or the casa and I cannot speak to what the sector minister has said and as I cannot seek to justify what the sector minister has said. I think say bia later no so when you briefing be a dance ye bi nti a okasa but what I'm saying is atorenchem enyesi the disaster has happened. The most important thing is say ye nya ye be ka ye ho abom ahwe how a ye betimi ade asolve atorenchem na atoye no. You see am no okasa am aware say vinary for look at 10 million Ghana cedis say yenfanye relief funds as relief funds ya de beto relief items na de ade de aboa ye nuanom. As we speak, military ni wo honoma boy say amanfo ho beto mo ne ade. So let's come together. Let's see this matter as a national matter. Let us not look at it as a political matter or as an ethnic matter and as a blame game, because blame game, the truth of the matter is a emphasis will be amba. Let us come together as a country. This is about the third time a spillage esiwa akosumbo affecting mepefor no. Let's come together as a nation, as a country. Let nyenya clear roadmap. Yedi basis as spillage ya no kwan. Yembra together. Let us build consensus. Because now MPP I say and NDC I say and that is one of the reasons why in Ghana ye catchri and so let us bring ourselves together. This crisis should bring us together. Let us not look at it from a political lens, because your friend is we'll be doing ourselves more harm than good. They say me pay for no motivo no omo drink kwan a omo befa so enyamwa mimiti wager spillage esi wo wager dam ni so di bia ba me fie da. And so when it comes to saying so ejiri afa manfo fie, I know how it feels like. It doesn't know any political colors. It doesn't know MPP ni, it doesn't know NDC ni, it doesn't know Akani, it doesn't know Water Region ni, it doesn't know Bia. And yem brought together as Ghana as one community. Now you find a lasting solution to this challenge. Now blame game ne there.
Emwa. Dela, would say ye di asem ye chia be pimo ne. Na wo hwe said the asem ne si kono a. Emi say minister na samo kan no aha me for no kakra. Enu nti na me development association for the press release yaba. Nanka omo fa release bia my sense how no eba ye no. Nti na chesa asem na ha omo kakra. Wo gidi se bebia adure no. So san ese ekono nukura bi o wa ansisi asechire ese ka na emehu ti bi ewo sense o kan se wo hwe a niema wo mu hia krom sentiment kan o kan specific area bi Kizito secondary technical school o se nipa about 1200 na o mobile toilet no makoma ko 6 awon twa jinje
eja me da se bebre ma me fa nchi ama o mo hwe wo TV enwumre na me nka se yi wo se wo ye minister of state and also your mampania woniye usu ene oban okasam ese different so we obi asebi waninda from crampo ne yield sa position ma wo a ese wo bre ho ase na wote enkrofo ase se situation yi wo muni eja de esi o voter region no enya se ensuo na ato ene yi nkrofo yen ne yetena ho ene ya twen se damu a 277 feet 277.23 feet na ya twen ya mana kokodu the same 277.5 na sa na ye bie nsuo ama nsuo ene atu afa beebi a mo kire nsuo me ne okasei gotamu nsuo ejanan nsuo ni nyina mixe e okronum ene tai edan no so ekronum wankasa ye di boat ne nam na baby a yeke nkofo ya tsena ho from generation kwame nkroma time e be sinne etise wo kasa o me pese mu tumpoko baby a minister wo kasa mu die na waye a nkofo no tu a wo mu ko na minister ni kasa mu wankasa yi eye Freda Prempe ne kasa o kasa kire no wanfa ni die a man nkofo na me fi se ebedu ochira no pa no na wa ba bontina ba be ka se wo pa che wo asem wo kan na sense sebi enya sam a yese ekani enya asem a president ka ena enya asem a yese minister ka adentia hwe o ma example ba ko bi na o ma example no na mbisa se enti minister ni nimdie no eduru hin tie de o kan wo se eye insuo Ghana Water Company wo mu nsuo aye contaminated na yese aban kopesika be ebe ye insuo no kroje me no enti ye be bie dam no a ye kɔ na yese nkankrofo no fa Ghana Water Company e de hye wo machi e de kɔ wo se school dan ene ye to school enwoma ne di nti na yese ye obo kɔ a na yese nkomo fofa schools no de kɔ no mo fa market de kɔ no mo fa Ghana Water Company a whole company no obodi obukɔ omo ntumi mfa nkɔ esi ho ena nsuo atɔ ena nsuo na mixing e bi efi akogumuo na minister for the sector ba be gina bonti aka se nsuo no ase a esa bible boka na de akoto duro de aba be gu nsuo ni mu na minister gina bonti kasa asemu ya e kire wo se asemu a minister ne ka do ntia se
wonye ni se e biedu ba bia ese se ono so tumi kire nsemu se bia namo a wo mo a ehye nase se bia nadomofo na se bia ku bi anamo bi omutuye ese otumi di nkirikire mu bi ba na Ghana fo tumi hu ne se e bia weni no mo ye na mo no anamo tu bia weni mo ntunti na ma de ohawe bae ehun ye so no so beka
eja se si a be bia ye gine na menua ketu akan be bia ye gine the AC minister ne ka kire se aban hihye a wa ye nyi sei na ban ye de aboa enya afi na obeka kire se nsuo na aban se sika sa sika no aban se ne dia enya ye taxes ena wo so mo nya Ghana fo ena asem ato wo mo ayese ye kokoso obo wo enti die enti na obeka se ena school dan ya de die ena ese ye kopesika de be sovo ena nsuo asei nipa bra bokwe mami bia kwakoto ato emu kotoko 300 bucks egunu shop a autumn 300 esam oil ni enwoma ye de ni nyina na nsuo abo afa homa emu ene eburo ni nyoma nyam ni nyina sai sa nipa no so e otene baby ene nsuo ko buye nsuo enti eja me ka se enti se aban mpanyifo ye ka kire mo se akosomo no ayaye ma ye da nyame asesa akosomo ayema enka ye nto ye bo ase ni wie ni nkakra be ye 1 year 6 months ni ebie ni kakra na ye bie ni kakra ene ye sorry ye engineers be brebe wa akosomo about doctor degree kotsina ho se dakrope ye bie ene ye bie se nipa ensuo mfa nipa
ensuo no se wo mo so technical people wo mo nemunim se de sitie wo matena ho ache wo mo nem se ensuo no volume efi soro ho ba no se bia se ye hwie special ice ye bie na special ice kutoa we kitoa na besen a de wo soro ho ba no dɔso echen we be we miensa na eba enti se ye bie we nko ana ebe ha adwene enti ai se ma we mienu eba enti no so mo nim se
eja
se na eso mo ye
eja tie sakosomo no eye ma eye 277.23 feet eye ma enti ye won engineers a said yo mo dwene o man no ho dwene dam no ho a die enti na eso twen ama no bedu 277 asema bie edu 260 no se nsuo wo no dɔso enti edu 262 a no wa share 2 feet na ba 260 about 265 a no wa share this 5 feet na about 260 na we maintain the level no yen twɛn mansuo no mba bedu 277.23 feet na wo nkoko bie na nsuo mfa nipa wo mo tete wo na mo de asase ne ma aban me de edisi akosomu no onto ye tenant afi wo se tenant no ontu nko he se tenant ne betu akoba bia esi aban no na yensiesie afi strategic plan and as evacuation plan say mo amu tu afi ha na aban siesie ha enti mo mfi ha na mo mra metena na ye bia akosomu dam no me no ka say obi ni wo na akufa do aban mo betima ka kire me say aban we ye moaho eye nsiesie bia ye or put strategic measures in place to evacuate. There was no strategic measures in place, nothing. Enti wo sorry na mko bie ye ana mo se nkofo no ntu mfiri ho wo mo tu a wo mo nkwa hifa sei into one more few holidays say head na making asem yes be 1 week 2 weeks ni ye de nipa 1200 akọ go school bim Kizito school no mo nipa 1200 mobile toilet baby a wo be gya wo mo 9 mobile toilet ya ma wo 6 nipa 1200 ya ma wo mobile toilet 6 enti nipa se nipa be 100 and se nipa be 60 sebia no pa no mu kwa gyanan a so mo so line be 3 hours and 2 hours and se no ma kwa gyanan bia mobile toilet ya he mobile toilet o koto ma he ya mobile toilet one room aye 200 Ghana cedis obi po de ba ma 150 160 enti aban to be emfa mobile toilet emfa baby a wo move akono mpo yemfa mobile toilet ni nko si wo mo no mu gya wo mo nan me no ka say MP for the area any sky group eno makopa asase bia wo mu si baby ama wo mo tu kotnem enti aban no de na oye na say minister be kasa na minister asema to awen atoyranchama to ye na say minister me kasa man ya onu mo kasa e ma ye ho e me ebisa say adwen be de team
okay me da say akwasi wo kan say asemi ensese na amanyosam na so ye den akwa say aban bi wo ho aban bi so breso ne bae ne de ye bi sesa aban na mo be no mudi kan tu ye kura nsa no mo bi sensu me say atra hompo e say no be bi ye duru no na ye duru amafo ni hia mo apa emu mu hia no so e san say hwehwemu kire say anhwe ya yare e be pie ho no ene yare keto anya ho kwampo e be didi mu ma wo mo anka ense say ka o kura no e be timi aka wo mo enti edien da aban no eye ne sesei ye bre no suade edien na aban no eye enemanim ya asem bi wo ho a e say duane bi o so breku na ye no hyew so anamo be na aban no tu intententem na amafo no betu an he o mo kakra.
That's it. Ja, answer na meba on my main card some way quickly. Me say akoso bodam na ye bie no.
3 minutes why?
Me menye engineer.
Okay.
But from research kakra akoso ene insema akoso no tia. It was not a deliberate act say via for a shedder e bie nso say enkofa amanfo. I mean nobody in his right frame of mind ever shedder say ye bie akoso bodam say enko say amanfo nyoma spillage na esi ye no a necessary evil denti ameka sa ne say uhwe nsuo na ebegu akosombo dam nim a efi bagre dam nim a connected right from Burkina Faso a efa through the northern region na begu akosombo dam nim. And so I will agree with Minia Penny de la say I mean probably maybe our engineers no should have known. However no yentimi conclude say omo sheda no mo tena ho no mo ye hwehan na ababesi mpempem so a esi. I am aware say president a commission investigations into the cause of Sanyoma Winia. At the end of the day ye be hu the cause, the reason why intia dam no ye be on time and I say ye be any late and I say they. But what I know is that there was say ye be dam no, so that the integrity of the dam must be kept because ye be man show we am be senior nkwa anka by na ye ti henki ti dum som because Akosombo is the major electrical station of this country and in the kita Ghana hania electricity nakoma. It was a necessary evil, but we still sympathize dearly with Omwa affected, and I am aware that government is doing whatever it takes. Like I've mentioned to you, so far government FBA 20 relief centers. VRE are committed 10 million Ghana cedis to as for relief items. Road Ministry allocated 5 million Ghana cedis saying ensure ne kofoma ya de be ya manfo kwan. When you say senior mepe association for penny ne kan or a farming community agriculture cost pa am aware say government has set aside sikapuduo so say yen farmer farmers na embre issues na say but immediately senior mepe association for kind I think say omo ne government they should work hand in hand. They should let government know in Nyama omo here. I am aware say government put in measures in Nyama in place say mobile toilet ne mattresses ne Nyama omo here polytanks ebe mo portable water ne ade ni ano. And Tuesday, Wednesday ekonia and san Nyama ni bia no. By now academy sure say akwa kudru because omo pon cabinet retreat no. President ama directive say relief items bia our affected communities ni here no they should get it. And I am aware say by now no say relief items na kwa kodura from a china no you better a different story. Into Jacob na me dem anusi no this is not an exciting story. This is not an exciting incident. When ye bibia obi ani je ho when ye ade bibia eyo obi ade we great train ato o man Ghana we enya ade ato Volta region enya ade ato upper east upper west for Ghana sem Ghana sem nti ade a ye nia ne ye kan ye ho abom corporate Ghana for kan ho abom me fa akonya yi so akache ye nuanom a ebi wo mo nsem se omunkwohwe omuntu omani hwe ye nuanom mo Volta region Jacob na se metena ha kache o se aban betima ye bibia e bia na metwa wontro
ye kra ye wo fia kra no ye adwumayefo no ye kra keka yen sase
ye nia ye be contribute
ebinum so abebo
mo numbers into dwa ye nia ye be contribute
and bibia obi afabra
it should be a collective effort na masem nia de la say na daroma eya say no atorenche mesi onya botre na ye find solution na ebe boa ama ye nia mobile toilet ni bi nia abeko se mobile toilet ni ye one system nia de la say bi woni sempa etina omomode ano to 10 bi na onfa mane ye nuanu momo ye nia ye boa ye nia ye boa
Dela he said na mo hwe kwansa aban be ye nuanu ya I wo mu say ankrankran ya yeti hai nyakopon ya adom a ye nso yakra ye nsaka ene ekuku awdo bi mu aso no bia chena kora betumi akompota mu ho akobo amanfo ho no pa
nti na menhira mo TV station ne wo mu a wo mu boaboa wo mu nsa no se wo mu kwakoboa ade ye si ye enye Volta region kwa na aka wo
Greater Accra ne Eastern region
Greater Accra region eko Eastern region eko Northern region
Savannah
eko Oti region eko Upper East region
about 8 regions so far
enti awon so wo ko ka kire wo mu so muntu eho esu ato wo mu nyina about 6 regions insuo ya koso mo speli aka wo mu nyina na tie ade we ba ya pa na ban be bontin finance minister ba bontin say wo ma budget $40 million what is that mini entry ekika nsemi wa 10 million 5 million 6 million 7 million
kwesi boche
okika 5 million 10 million 5 million obobo nso ye drew baby a insuo kura TV stations na de koma wo mu eti sika no aban atwa ye di be ye den mesi ya bo ye twi sika 40 million be boa de esisie me nkasa e Volta region ko a Eastern region wom Northern region wom Upper East region ache say hwe ye bia kosombo wo hwe bia kosombo wo na hwe be bia soga kope wo close to aflawo nso aka wo mu na aban se me twi sika 40 million a ye de beboa be bia be nkrofo be gya wo mu nan won be gya wo mu nan kwa brand aban tumi mfa sa $40 million so tumi yibi emfa nto mobile toilet ma bom ngina baby nko mu nan nje mu nan baby on be gya mu nan ko mu nya mosquito coil kwa aban mosquito net aban tumi produce mosquito net na ya ba betena na ban na minister ya to abama wo a ye yiwo a ye se hwe oman no so na wo ba kasama nipa akoma tom yem no wa she space ababa gina TV so kasama adwene mbre mu a kasama okeka kire afa do di atem kura ka ho Frida wontumi nya the Frida prempen tumi nya hwe ya onfa na ko onfa ne position to say na kufa do yi me se me ye water resources minister me fairly me ka me nim kasa me nim se de ye adwuma no me ne ye a me ye ni go oba ni mu ase it ma resign
so we dey asamba ko pa no kan wan kan bebre
to the extent say exercise books in kitinkiti a yen tone blackboard ni chalk a yen toma ne yen fan kire nkola na de onduase kora ose abani ni sika tio exercise books blackboard ana markers na yen to na yen fama nkrofo teacher for no mo kire nkola na de e wo enduase no minister ne say aban a oni sika na sa de we esi yakofa sika no wo he obon bom modern no mon ko sisila dapa ho sika no ho
bidase eni sisila dapa ho aban abofoto no asem abayi eye enibre sempa ya torenchem semu a emudu asem kase pa na womo a ewo ho womo a akoho ene amane ba oba no nhyedanso ani enye ni kasem enibre sempa ntino ebra so se nyina ye fam de boa se de be ya ye nuanom o sati bia mu yi won betu ahenha obo kakra sanse me ne obi di nkomo na utum se di wiase nyina abana wiye sanse o pensioner ne sika kakra onya kakra ka oduko si dan no
ebebuegu
na wire store e wo dan no anim kakra na ho na ne yere ne me nyina ne nyama su go di ndwan kakra kakra enso ni di bibia ko aka ne ntoma efura no eno nko enti asem na ni soso ye mfa nyama nyosem
ya rehosem
nti ehu behia se wo mo adidi bra ma o mo so munka abotoye mu nsem awrechichi nsem eno ni hia dela medase kosi botwe medase bidi de jakwabna minisa dan Muhammad ne rika se wono brem o china domdom ye ne a ye besen aba na mu no UTV adwuma yefo yenso yakaka yensase kakra SIC4 de nwumeku ahodo bi so abebeboa yen nti o china yakopon yadom a ye de ne be kire potem ho nyina na kakra yenso yenya no yetumi de akọ entwa mu enka achi yesrewo so obibi obetumi de aboa fabre yen ntada da bi egu a wonhye mpobada da bi gu a wonhye sika bi wo ho aduane bi wo mu bi wo ho bro bi wo ho eni sane manema mobile toilet e bi a okra wo obi a ye event something na se wo bi gu a wonyu so a obetumi de akwa kokoboa nti bibi obi a obi obetumi de aboa sabre no omenyi na mfamoa enye mepefo enye Volta region kwa part of Greater Accra Eastern region ne bia hodo omko ahokire mu nyina no Savannah region se wo hwe a omoso ma ahokire mu pa ne mfa nkonkoboa esanse mpani se wonso odi nipa edam nyina sema mo ne hwa dom yo chena ebeba
to nkrase
yakra mo
abronye